When this teenager went missing, police would uncover some disturbing information about somebody extremely close to her. It was May 2006 in Omaha in Nebraska. Jessica Jo O'Grady was just 19 years old and had her whole life ahead of her. She was living with her two friends in an apartment, and Jessica was a really liked girl by all accounts. She was bubbly and had no problem making friends. She was confident and intelligent. She actually was attending university and wanted to become a teacher. She had a boyfriend who was the same age as her. This was Chris Edwards, and they seemed like a really normal couple who would hang out not only just on their own, but also with Jessica's other friends. On the 10th of the month, Jessica was at her apartment with her friends when she got a text off Chris. It didn't seem to her friends that anything was wrong. This was quite normal for Jessica to speak to Chris and then sometimes pop over to his, so she told her friends that she was going over there for the evening. At this point, it was just after 11 p.m. Horrifically, they would never see her alive again. About half an hour later, her friends got a text off Jessica that was a little bit cryptic. It said, "No more shenanigans for Jessica," and this was kind of like a code word that Jessica and her friends used for getting intimate. It wasn't totally clear what the text meant, but the girls figured that they'd see her in the morning and they'd all catch up. However, the next day, there was no sign of Jessica at all. She just never came home. The friends tried to contact her but had no luck, and they also contacted Jessica's family, but they'd not heard of her either. They then questioned Chris and said, what time did she leave yours? And Chris dropped the bombshell that she'd never been there in the first place. This was obviously very disturbing, as the girls were like, well, where did she go then? Worryingly, some other girls had vanished in the area recently too. A girl called Amber Harris had gone missing from a bus stop, and 35-year-old Tracy Tribble had also been reported missing. Locals started to worry that maybe she was the victim of a serial killer. So was this a coincidence? Well, it turns out that it just was a coincidence, and if you want me to cover the other cases, please let me know in the comments.